Hello, and welcome to Glowing Hour.
Welcome.
Today we're having a wellness mocktail, a lemon ginger mocktail.
Listen, it's never bad to have a mocktail, but my birthday's this weekend. This is way in the future. So my birthday was on April 29th, just in case. But anyway, I've been feeling like I'm on the verge of getting SICK. I don't even want to say it. And so I want to save the alcohol for the actual party.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe like this little situation will make me feel better, or just get rid of it.
She's gonna wipe it out.
Just flush it out.
I really think about like when I feel like I'm about to do that. Get ILLL.
Mm-hmm.
ILL. I said too many L's. I love just taking a shot of ginger. I'm like, oh, wow.
Just give it to me.
Like I imagine it. Maybe that helps.
It's like a mental thing.
Yeah, maybe that helps. Like, yeah, it's going away.
I mean, listen. Logan saw this video on I don't know if it was TikTok or Reels or what, but she had seen this video that like you put garlic on your feet to like soak up any like sickness.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that, yeah.
And like my mom used to do shit like that to me. Like she would put an onion under my bed when I was like little.
That one seems more
and
random.
It's also for like energy, supposedly.
Yeah, that one's giving more energy than sucking.
But it's like supposed to like suck out like any like just not allergens, but I don't know what it was. Anyway, she used to do that, and then one time she put like potatoes on my back when I had a fever, and it like soaked up my fever. It was weird. So I have like memories of like weird shit, like my mom doing things, like slices of potatoes.
Yeah,
weird. And when I was doing that yesterday, I was like, damn, you just really do mom shit. Like you're
just a mom.
You take on your mom's stuff. So I don't know. I felt better in the morning. I just sound stuffy, which is like,
get away from me.
You know?
I said, don't ruin my weekend too.
Not my weekend. No, I'm not going to get sick. And if I am going to get sick, it's going to be next week. So.
For surezies. It's not happening.
But I'm not getting SICK.
Anyways, yeah, so we're having a little wellness mocktail. And that's all you need to know.
Smells good.
I've had it because I spilled it on myself.
Sour, but delicious.
You think it's sour? Mine's not that sour. What part? The ginger or the lemon?
Lemon. Really good.
I fuck with that. Today's glowing hour. You know what? I wish I had my pattern right now, but I'm recording on my phone. But
Here.
Essentially, you have it.
I could read what you sent me.
Essentially, this is what brought up
what inspired
this topic. I mean, I was already feeling inspired in a sad way. I was already feeling these feelings, but then the pattern just said, do it. So here we are.
Okay, so it had said, so we like share, so if you have the pattern, you like share certain things with your friends, like certain like paths or whatever. Timing. And so this one had said, wounded healer. You want to find work that's meaningful and authentic, but it may feel like vulnerability gets in the way. That's intentional. Your path towards reaching your career potential is through process of wounding and eventually healing yourself. Instead of feeling judged, see this process as a lesson in vulnerability and compassion for yourself. Because of this pattern, you have the opportunity to become a real healer, someone who can help others deal with their own pain. Without understanding vulnerability on a deep level, you wouldn't be able to pass on this knowledge in the same way. So they said you really have to go through it to get to it, you know?
So interesting. So for any of my wounded healers out there, we see you. We see you, we hear you, and we're here for you. With you, actually, not just for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like personally this year already, it was April, has been like busy nonstop, and not in like a career way, just like in a personal life way.
Yeah.
I've just been doing things back to back to back to back. My sister got married, we had bachelorette party, bridal shower, Coachella, like the whole wedding. I don't know if I even said wedding. The wedding.
The actual wedding.
Easter. Like, yeah, it's just been like back to back life, which, you know, sometimes is great. And I honestly love living from, you know, event to event. But sometimes it just gets like exhausting. And I don't know if that's what's brought on these feelings or if it's Mercury in retrograde. I am an astrology girly, but I still don't know. I don't know actual astrology girly shit. You know what I mean? Like, I listen
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm in tune with that.
That resonates.
Take what doesn't, or leave what doesn't and take what does. I'm like, okay, leaving that one. But I don't know what it is, but life has just been feeling speechless. Just
speechless.
Just like that is what it feels like lately. Yeah. And I don't even know where to go from there.
I mean, you know, the vibes are the same over here. Clearly, we are going through the same pattern.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've been busy in a different sense with, like, I have, like, a part-time job currently, and it's really busy. I don't know if my boss is watching or my coworker, just disregard what I'm saying.
No.
Or not even I'm not going to say anything bad, but if, like, don't take it personal is what I'm trying to say. Mm-mm. I feel like when I first started to work, new job, I was really like on a vibe. I was on like I'm busy, I'm working, like everything's like, I think I'm a person who's like, when they're in motion, I stay in motion and like I feel more motivated to do things.
You're just a too much motion now?
I don't know if that's it, but like maybe I'm exhausted. I'm like overwhelmed. I don't know what it is really, or it's just kind of like the sense of like everything fades. Like the feelings of good or bad, like they all fade. Like
feeling numb to it because it's like kind of like body neutrality. Like it's just like there.
Kind of.
But like about life.
I guess what I'm saying is like when you like accomplish something, that like excited feeling or like that thing, it will fade, and then it's like on to the next. Sad. I mean, but that's the truth of it all, and that's how I feel. And I just feel like
you feel about that in the part-time work.
Yeah, not that I'm not excited anymore, or like I'm not happy to be there. It's just more of like the initial like momentum of like how it made me feel is fading.
Got it.
And like
you're like, this is just my routine now.
This is just my life now. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the part that maybe, I don't know. It's so weird because I like, if we want to talk about astrology, like I'm technically like an all earth person, but I just feel like a lot of what I feel in life is water-like, where like I want things to be moving all of the time, or like I want change constantly because it's better for me. But maybe like I need to sit in the uncomfortableness of like, this is my life. But then also that leaves me in a rut sometimes, and I feel like and I don't know if this is like a creative thing or what, but I just feel like working so much in a creative like space, I feel like sometimes I feel like bogged down, or like I have like a limit to it all. And I don't know, I just feel like so disconnected. That's the best way I could put it. I just feel really disconnected from like, I don't even know what, like I don't want to say real life, but I just feel disconnected from myself, from like purpose, from like all of that, you know, just if I feel very like removed, and I just kind of feel like I'm just like living every day versus like living in my days. I'm just more like there, I'm existing.
Interesting.
The existential crisis is just existing.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's like what this, I mean, we really are in the age of quarter life crisis, so maybe that's what it is. But
rude.
Not to like label everything, but I think maybe everybody has like the shared experience of like, what the fuck am I doing? What is life? What am I supposed to feel? I don't know.
Interesting that everyone has such a unique situation, like to what is making them feel that way, whether it's like they love their job but hate their personal life, or they hate their job and don't know what they want to do and they want to switch their life entirely, like flip it upside down, or you know, like little things that need to change or whatever, but they all feel the same. Like it all feels just as hard to like overcome or change or figure it out, because it's literally your whole life is just figuring it out. Like, even that's what's scary about having kids, man. It's like, I'm still supposed to be figuring life out when I have kids. Yeah, but like, no, you know, like you're never gonna be,
I guess, like all the way there,
all the way, like you're not gonna have everything figured out ever.
Maybe at like 102 you're
maybe
like,
and even then you're gonna be like, fuck this.
I'd be like, I just want to die now. Let it go.
looking into the grand scheme of it, it's also like, you're stupid, just chill out. Like, that's what I tell myself.
Yeah, when you like zoom out, you're like, this is
part of life, and that's
like,
okay.
this is nothing. Like, in the grand scheme, this is nothing, but it's also like everything, because it's like when you're taking it all in,
and it's like one decision could change
the rest of
your whole life.
It's so annoying.
Who the fuck put me in charge of that?
Literally, who put me here?
Who put me in charge of
my life,
changing my life for the better? Yeah, I don't know. It's just been interesting lately. And the book I'm reading, which I mentioned in the main podcast, yeah. The Body Keeps Score, if you did not listen to that segment, is just like so not triggering, but like awakening. And since I stopped doing therapy, I'm like, wow, my therapist really loved this book, because a lot of the shit that we would do and all the tools that I had were from the ideas and concepts from the book. And it's just like re-triggering also. And I'm like, is this the healing and wounding part? Like, K pattern. What the fuck? Like, help.
Yeah. I think it definitely is the wounding and healing. Or it's like uncovering, like, take the Band-Aid off, look at the fucking thing.
Not look at it.
And how are you gonna like deal with it?
How are we gonna heal that?
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I just feel like nothing I'm doing is like working. Not for the healing part. I mean, like, whatever.
Yeah, like maybe.
Like, whatever. That aside, but just
what
like,
do you mean?
just like work. Like, what? Why is? It's like the universe is telling us something. Like, just stop. Literally, I feel like the universe is trying to tell us, like.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like get into it, we can on camera, but fuck it, right?
This is the vulnerable part.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I've had like similar feelings where, you're like, whoever's watching or listening,
this is a business conversation.
This is literally like inside conversations that. Anyway, it's about Go Getter Collective, and you probably, I mean, one of our like biggest or like most watched or streamed videos is like how to start a business. Literally, do not take advice from us. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I think we have like good concepts and like good overall like information, but at the end of the day, it's like doing that is really hard.
Yeah.
And I think you need to be really, really, really like in tune with your product and the stuff you put out. But anyway, back to this part is like yeah, I mean, I feel like we've gone through like different phases of what it was like. We started with a concept, great, and it was a concept not necessarily of our own.
Yeah.
B, we were trying to then like create something that felt very much more like us. Got a lot of not necessarily negative feedback, but it was just like a lot of like empty promises, I guess I should say, or like empty relationships.
Yeah.
That then like made us feel like inadequate. And so then we kept shifting into like what is like currently needed in the social media space, and it was like content, right? Like that's what everyone said, and so we moved into
what everyone's making $20,000 a month on,
apparently. And so that's when we kind of shifted to that. And I feel like now, I mean, yeah, we could do it. I just feel like there's too many people now.
I feel like
doing
it's
the same thing.
Also, just like it feels like no one's looking for agencies, but then on the flip side, it's like, oh, we already have agencies. So I'm like, I'm just confused, because it's like people like our work. We get constant like feedback that love your work, but so it's like, okay, we're good at it in general, but just not like just not, it's just not for us to do it as an agency or something. Like, I don't know.
I think it's like difficult when I feel like, at least for myself, like I have the internal conversation of like, yeah, like maybe it's just like that we can't do it on our own, and it's like, okay, so then if I join a team doing the stuff that I want to be doing, then it doesn't feel like I did what I wanted to. I'm doing it for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like I have like the conflict of like, and I think that's just like my entrepreneurial
giving
spirit.
Kylie like, I want to be self-made.
It's like just like I think like my entrepreneurial spirit and also just like my issues with like authorities. Like I've I think that was always like a tell sign for me that like I've always wanted to like work on my own, like on my, not like by myself, but just like within my own like means. I don't know how I get what you're saying. I get. So like I think that that's kind of also like a part that's fucking really conflicting, where like I could do good at this job for somebody else, but like also making it for yourself is so much fucking harder.
Yeah.
And at this point it's like, is it worth it?
I was talking to my mom about it, and she's like, I feel like all you do is admin, like you don't even do
the
actual job. And I was like 100%.
And that's the fucking worst part, is like we don't even actually get to express the skills that we have, or like the creativity that we have, like all of it is just like fucked, like it's just like stagnant. It's like people have taken chances, if you will, because it is a chance when you hire a team of 2 girls with no background experience. Well, we gotta stop saying that, because we do have, it's well, now we like, have experience now, but we don't have, at the time we did not have like anything. Girl, you should have been, if you guys could have been flies on the wall of us like literally getting on a Zoom call and like looking like, also like lately the other day I was looking at pictures of us from like 2 summers ago, completely different people, babies, literally children. We said hi, like just like looking on the camera, like we knew we knew that's what it was. We know we just it's just funny though, like what the fuck, like us creating a whole brand guideline for a luxury feminine clothing brand was hilarious. I mean, we killed that shit. We killed that shit because they're still using it. So anyways, for $800, I said. That's the thing, and we got scammed, okay? Not scammed. Okay, but like also, I get it. It's part of business, like all these learning lessons, and that's also the part in me that's like, don't give up because you're not a quitter, bitch. Like, literally, though. And it's not that I'm quitting; it's that I'm putting a tab on it. I'm putting a tab on it because I'm still paying for the stupid fucking LLC because I'm waiting for my S Corp credits. It's fucking for real. Anyways, though. The taxes is a whole nother fucking problem and upsetting situation. But I was talking to my mom about it, I was gonna say. And she basically was like, it's an investment to keep your LLC. Like, she's like, I know it's like a lot. Ew, I just hate things. But like, if it's zeros, like if we're not actually doing business under it, then it's really not that hard to pay payroll and file a zero every quarter and every year for our annual tax return. So like, she's right, it is an investment, probably like $1,000 investment a year, which isn't that bad between 2 people. More like 800, no? Well, plus like $100 to file our annual return. You know what I mean? Like stupid shit. You know, so it's like, we'll keep it, of course, always. And I also don't like, I wouldn't ever say like Glow Getter Collective is dead or like gone, because I do, like you're saying, the entrepreneurial spirit is still within us. It's never gonna go away. So I don't think like we're never gonna do anything again. Like, I think about Summer Fridays. I don't know why I think about Summer Fridays. Maybe because it's just 2 women. I don't know. But I'm like, maybe there's just a lot more for us to learn. Ew. I'm like, ew. Why couldn't it just happen to me? Yeah, why couldn't I have just been the one that got lucky at 22? But whatever. Yeah, and maybe it's just like not now. That's my thing. I think it's not. It's not about it not happening. It's just about when. And it's not now, I guess. Not now, girl. So I'm like, I also feel like our journey so far has probably like encapsulated a lot of like clearly we know how to make a brand. Clearly we know how to market it. We know how to take good photos of it. We know how to like, we learn best practices for marketing. All of that kind of stuff, like the business and marketing side. I think sorry, let me just reiterate that maybe the marketing part we do have a lot of experience in, but like the business side of like sales and like, well, it doesn't help that we lost our mentor. Like the one that told us to start the business. Yeah, I mean, like we lost him. Yeah, completely. And how are you supposed to move from that? I don't know.
I mean, we were supposed to find another one, but that didn't work out either. You know?
Yeah.
But also COVID happened, not to like blame things, but like maybe that's why it's not yet, because we just haven't met the right person or met the right idea yet. And that's okay. And it's like taken us a long time to come to this realization without being like, well, no, I'm not giving up, and no, it's never changing.
I think it's also difficult when there's two people. Like, I feel like we've both have had, like, I was talking to Logan, like, we both have had like ebbs and flows with wanting to like let go, but then you like feel responsible because the other person is not ready yet or like doesn't want to, and so you're like, I'm not trying to give up if they're not going to give up, you know what I mean?
Which is like a good and a bad thing,
right? Of course,
because it's like, okay, well then maybe we are on the verge of something if they have hope.
Totally. But I don't know, I think that's what kept us in the ebbs and flow, and like, yeah, and through those things, like, we have had like moments of like re-inspiration or whatever, but it's been a minute with a lull period. And yeah, I think now we're both at the stage of like, definitely maybe not now, you know.
Definitely maybe
not now. I don't know. And I'm also just like thinking, I think we're the not now part is like making me feel like it's something that we're not currently doing, like, if that makes sense, like
it's not what we're offering right now,
right? And I don't even know if it's like photography or content creation. Like, I think it just is a product.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like I would rather
I'd rather be selling a product.
I would.
It's way, 1000%. Not that it's way easier, but it's like
selling service is selling yourself, a reputation.
I mean, you do that too with a product, but I feel like at least it's something fucking concrete versus tangible. Like, yeah, just like, here are my ideas. Okay. Pay me for my ideas. Although I did meet somebody recently.
Don't spark. Don't spark.
No, I'm not sparking it. I'm more so like, listening to them speak about their job made me really like, it's inspiring for sure, but I was also like, that's tough. Like, I don't want to be doing that. You know what I mean? So it was like my friends, like love interests, but I don't think they're gonna. Anyway. Hi, you're probably listening. Not the man, but
not the man.
My friend, she's probably listening. And
you think it's not it? Did you tell her already?
I threw back the question at her, like, do you think?
And what did she say?
I think he was a very nice guy, very interesting, very cool, whatever, but I just don't think it's it, you know? And I think she's expressed kind of that it's not it, but I don't know if they're done or not. He does like creative directing, I guess, but like, he basically sells his ideas to larger like companies like Apple, like Netflix,
like marketing ideas for
not marketing ideas, like show ideas, like scripts, like ideas for a show.
Apple like products. Okay.
No. like show ideas, movie ideas, like just concepts for television.
Not even like a script, just the concept.
No, I think he does have to write like the initial scripts. He like told us a story where he like went to, I don't remember which production studio it was, but he was like paid to literally like spitball a bunch of ideas, and they used none of them.
And he got paid,
but also how like low key, like how unfulfilling, you know, like you just fucking literally like poured out all of your creativity, and it's just like,
or they're gonna use it in 5 years.
Like, it's like a cheap money, like, here you go, like, I'm not gonna use it, thank you for your time. Like, great, yes, thank you for my time, but like, I just literally gave you all, and I don't think he can like reuse those ideas for other companies, you know what I mean? I don't think so. I think it becomes like their intellectual knowledge now. Fucking weird, bro. And so I just feel like, imagine having to constantly put your creativity out in a way that's just like all you got all the time. That's so fucking hard. Selling ideas is so fucking hard. That's why he's
selling to the big guys, because they got money. At least, you know,
they got money to hear you speak for a little bit,
right?
But I'm also just like, I would not like, I think that's why like a product sounds so much more like there's something to talk about versus like
you can eat it, you could smell it, you could like whatever you're gonna whatever
it is
do
with it. Got it. I just meant to say that I think like we're meant for a product. I just don't know what it is. But
If you guys know what it is, let us know. Yeah, I just feel like life, because like, now what? So like,
now what do we do? I mean, like, we really enjoy this.
Yeah, we do.
I enjoy being on the podcast. I think it's like one of my highlights of every week, of every month, like doing it. I think we definitely had the conversation of like, we set out certain goals, haven't pushed them fully through. Maybe there's more to that though. Like, maybe, I mean, it's like, maybe it is selling ideas again, like, but within the means of this, you know, like there's a medium for it.
Yeah. And we're also just like doing therapy, basically.
Yeah.
Like talk therapy without an actual therapist present.
Like, pay me. One of my affirmations is I get paid to exist.
Okay.
And I'm just saying,
I don't know how that works, but I'm here for it.
I'm saying, like, I get paid to exist in the sense of like, like if I wanted this to work or like whatever, like, it's just like, this is an extension of me. You know what I mean? Like,
I see what you're saying. Yes.
Like, I get paid to talk about.
Do you think
random
affirmations
shit
can backfire?
No.
I'm just curious.
I mean, if you're affirming positive things, no. What do you mean by that?
Like backfire, like careful what you wish for, like that type of beat. Like, I don't know, if you wished for like, I wish I was
that's not an affirmation.
I know. Like, what? Okay, no, this is just twisted. I'm just going into a dark place because I'm in a dark place.
Yeah, girl.
I'm not even gonna say it.
I don't think there's an affirmation that would backfire on you.
Do you know what I'm saying though? I don't want to say it, but do you know what I'm saying?
No.
Dang it, I have to say it.
Just say it.
Like, I deserve to be incredibly wealthy or something, right?
Okay.
But then, like, you become wealthy by something really bad happening.
Huh.
Do you
I get what you're saying, but I think, like, things like that are, like, with positive intent, and if they're positive intended, I don't think
if you're out here being selfish and affirming with negative
I think there's also, like, affirmations go beyond just the means of, like, what you want, like, what you desire. Like, saying, like, there's actually this new show on Netflix called something, How to Be Rich. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, he teaches, like, how to be rich, how to get rich. And something that the philosophy he, like, goes behind is, like, what does rich feel like to you? Like, what is rich to you? And so then he has you, like for what...
He does, like, people? Like,
yeah, he does, like, families. And he, like, goes into, like, how he, like, restructures, like,
about
their financial budgeting and whatnot. It's, like, really interesting. I want to, like, watch the whole thing. I was, like, falling asleep, but anyway. I like choose to watch new shows, like, right before bed.
Go to bed.
And I don't know why I do that. But anyway, he, like, talks about what is your version of being rich? And so for some people, like, it does become, like, surface level of, like, I want to purchase things or whatever. But, like, for the most part, it's, like, for example, for a family, it'd be, like, picking my kids up from school every day, making sure that I can make them lunch, that I have, like, an hour to walk my dog. Like, wealthy in time, right? And so it's just, like, affirmations, like, aren't about the thing. It's about the feeling that you want to get. So, like, when people say, like, they're affirming their abundance, it's not, abundance isn't money. It's, like, abundance in, like,
whatever it is
that you want to feel, you know? So you can't affirm a bad thing, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Don't try to scare yourself, bitch.
Side note of the wealthy in time, whatever, I don't know. Somehow this brought up Below Deck once again. If you guys are sick and tired of me talking about Below Deck, I'm sorry.
Obsessed, girl.
But I'm obsessed, and my parents love it too, so whatever. But there's just, like, guests that come on, like, the charters that are absolutely horrible people. And it just makes me think, like...
like, why are you winning and I'm not?
No, not even that. Oh. Not even why are you winning and why am I not? I'm just like, how did you get to be so wealthy in money and be such a terrible fucking person? And I'm like, I know how. Generational wealth. Like, your fucking granddad's rich. But
even if that wasn't it, though, like, back to the feeling part, like, it's just, money is just a thing. It's,
these boats are expensive.
You haven't finished beef, but a big part of beef is, like, what I had said of like it fades, like the shit fades. And like the
Beef is the show on Netflix, by the way.
The two characters, like the woman, she's like super wealthy, really successful, and the other guy is
he's
like
fucking
he's a handyman, right?
Yes.
And
that first episode, I was like, I resonate.
At one point, he like, it doesn't ruin anything, but he goes to her and like tells her like, "Are you happy?" And she was like, "Why are you asking me that?" He's like, "I really just wanted to know." And she's like, "Why?" She's like, I just want to know if like I just need to get to your level to basically be happy." And she's like, "It all fucking fades, dude. Like nothing it's all lasts." Relative. But it's also like behind it all, like money means nothing. Like she wants a fulfilling life beyond the means of money.
Isn't her husband nice? And whatever. That's the nuance of the show. I'll figure out why she's unhappy later. Yeah.
There's lots of reasons, but yeah. It actually it goes back to like trauma, like childhood trauma.
Not the trauma and, like, coming back through.
And like not dealing with your mental health, your emotional state, like not dealing with how to get fulfilled beyond the means of success and money, kind of a thing.
See, and then I'm just like, you know, it's just crazy. I don't know, like being 25, most of our listeners are also like 23 to 27 years old. Like that's our age range for the majority. And like, I don't know you guys personally. I know some of you guys personally. And I feel like we're all fucking struggling. We're all lost. And it's like almost coming on this podcast and like admitting that, but like in a very real way of not just like, hee, like I'm lost.
Right. No, like, but like I'm struggling.
No, but like genuinely, this past week has been really fucking hard. And it's like, I don't even know, because it's not like I need anything from anyone or like I want like my friends to be there for me or my parents to hold me. Like I don't want any of that. I just want to fucking figure it out. Like I just want to know what's different. Next. Yeah. I want to feel like excited about, not that I'm not excited about life, because that's not true. Like I have so many things that I am excited about. My niece and my nephew, my friends, the fucking beach, baking, like simple shit. I know about myself and like I know to my core what I'm good at, but it feels so unfulfilling when I can't get paid to do any of it, which is just like nuts, because it's like money isn't everything, like you're just saying right now.
Yeah, but it
is.
It does a lot.
It means a lot. It's not everything, but it does mean a lot, and it changes a lot for a lot of reasons, like self-sufficiency. Like there's so much that goes into it, and it takes me personally into like dating, and then I'm like, how can I meet the love of my life or whoever my fucking forever person is, I guess, if I feel like I'm not even like worthy, I guess, in that way. Like not that I don't think I'm a worthy person, but in a way I feel like I'm unworthy of finding that, because it's like
you have nothing to show for. Or
yeah.
What? Yeah.
Like I feel like it's like, that's dating. It's like, what's your job? What's like your plan? What's your life goals? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking lost. Like, how can I expect, like, you know, we all joke about like, oh, you're going to find a boyfriend who's going to take us and do this on all these experiences. And I'm like, I would be bringing, obviously not realistically, nothing to the table. But that's not true. And I know that's not true. But I feel like
it's hard not to feel that way.
Yes. I feel like so much of my worth is derived from what I can bring to the table other than like I'm like, yeah, I'll be a housewife, cool, but I'm also like, I don't want to just be a housewife.
Yeah,
like I don't know, I think there's so much value, and that's something my mom taught me. There's so much value in work and having drive, and so like when I don't have something to show for that, I feel worthless. And it's like,
and I guess that's the gag of it all, is like having this balance between knowing that fulfillment doesn't equate to success and money, but at the same time, like feeling like those things are a big part of like what makes you thrive and feel happiness. It's just like there's this like constant ping pong of back and forth of like, I know much more than this, but also like you live in fucking society. Like,
but there's also realistic,
and it's just things. It's hard. I hope you know that that's not all you bring to the, like, you like that without money, like, you don't bring anything to the table. That's not true. Like, I know you don't know that, but like deeply, I hope that you know that is that you have so much to offer. Like, I hope that you know that that's deeply true and rooted. Like, that's not what you are equating to. Like, there's much more than money and what your fucking career is. I think also the society just like really makes us fucking feel shit for the fact that maybe also, like, who the fuck has it figured out right now? Like, nobody. And at the end of the day, like,
dude, my mom wants to switch careers,
and she's literally in her like mid age right now. Like,
I know
it's never gonna be fucking perfect. And you've only lived 25 years,
and I only remember like 15 of them. It's not true, but it's
there's no need. I mean, there, like, I say it, but like I also feel it. Like, for a period of time before this job that I got, which right now it just gives me literally money to pay rent, and like some extra change for fucking Sweetgreen and gas. Like, literally that's all I live or like I work for.
Yeah.
And before that, like, I was in the same boat, and like it's kind of, if you want to put it into perspective, like, I feel like, I mean, I definitely resonate with what you're saying. Like, I felt like I wasn't offering much to the relationship that I already have, but at the same time, that's not true. There were so many other factors of like being a supportive partner and just a human being next to this other person, you know, like, and if somebody can't recognize that you're gonna be going through like ebbs and flows in life, and like, then that's just like not a good person, in my opinion. I don't think you have to have it all figured out, but I also can understand, like, let's be real, when we fucking say like fuck men and like put all these standards on them, like, they need to have a job, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, how can I expect someone to have a job?
But at the same time, it's like, it's not like you don't have a job. And even when I didn't have a job, like, I feel like we literally were not just sitting on our asses and like hoping something happened. Like, we were, like your mom said, we're always fucking doing admin work. Like, that's all we did. And then like we dedicate our time and our resources, like our creativity, to this podcast at least fucking 3 times a week. Recording once, editing the other, and then creating the content for it behind it. It's like, this isn't easy either, you know? I mean, for anyone who actually does it too, it's like, it is a job in a sense.
It's work.
It's work.
I don't know what the difference in the definition between job and work.
That's a good point.
It's work. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, where do we go from here? Like,
I'm like, this is our official letter
resignation to Go Getter Collective, literally, but we will be paying for the CEO.
This is our letter of resignation.
Oh my god, I don't even know what that means. I mean, I do know what it means.
We're resigning the company.
Well, but we're keeping the LLC.
Girl, tax breaks. And see, that's on being smart.
And that's on
being smart in American taxes, anyway.
That's on being American.
Stupid asses.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, man. Stick around for what we do next, because I don't know. It's another conversation for real. I mean, I think a big part of what we're feeling is because of this conversation.
Yeah.
And I think it just like moves into the other facets of our life and literally like encapsulates everything, and we're just like,
yeah. And I think trying to like, well, like I just said, it fucking drags into like dating life and like all this other shit, but trying to relate it to like people who don't fucking have, trying to be entrepreneurs and shit. I feel like a lot can be said about people who just don't like their jobs, or feel like it's unfulfilling in general,
feeling like something isn't working.
And I'm on my end, I'm like, girl, but at least you're getting paid. Maybe this is the season of like wounding and healing, and in that process, I don't know, man. You know what? Today we're gonna post the Hey Girly draft from TikTok. My ex was lurking on Mel's TikTok, so you want to see something? I'm just kidding, but not even about that, but just like, I feel like it would kind of low-key be a cleanse.
Or like just fully letting it go, dude. You just have to really post that, and then we're gonna do our ritual, because you can't be doing shit and thinking about it, giving it energy after we do it, you know, because you're only gonna rebond it.
Not that. What the fuck?
So just let it go, girl.
Yeah, and it's not even that maybe this is like the final release, because I was thinking, because we went to Coachella and you said you were thinking about doing the thing, but you never told me if I did. I'm speaking so vaguely. She was gonna do a cutting cord candle ceremony thing. I don't know what it is actually, but she was gonna do that. And I was thinking, I was like, I haven't thought about him in a while. I was like, I wonder if she's done it.
No, but I've been thinking about it a lot. Like, maybe it's just like I got the tool, so it's like it's starting the ritual already, you know? I don't know, man. I did see, though. It's kind of like an uplifting,
oh god,
like astrology talk again. But like, I did see that for people who want to be like online, have a presence online, to be looking at your midheaven, because it really tells you how you should be expressing yourself and how people see you and how they want to see you and how you'll like be the best version for other people to perceive you as, if that makes sense.
Goodness.
Mine was like in Libra, and
I think mine says,
is it Libra?
I think mine's
we'll check right now.
So anyways,
mine literally said use your body and then look into how to literally be a humanitarian. That's it. Okay.
It says a lot of pressure. Mine said be risky. I'm like, risky or risque? Because I could do risque.
He said, I could really start that career.
I could really start an OnlyFans if the midheaven is telling me to. I don't know, Mom.
I have to do
it. The midheaven said so.
God. I said, this is our letter of resignation, and also our offer letter to OnlyFans.
Listen.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not ready for
Get in your bag.
Get in your bag, though.
Anyways. I don't know what we'll be doing next. More or less the same, probably.
We're not probably, I mean, this is me just saying shit, if you agree. Don't look for our page of Glow Getter Collective. Probably won't be using it much.
I mean, you can still follow it.
It'll still be there. Look it.
It'll still be there. Maybe we'll post other than the next thing whenever it happens there. So
it's a page we have.
It is a page we are in control of still. Yeah, I think at the end of the day it'll be nice to get back to just like being friends again. And just being friends.
I feel like,
I mean, we'll still be business partners in general, but
yeah, I feel like that's also a thing. I think in the beginning it did definitely feel like a jump start to our friendship. Because I mean, we were friends, but it was more of like, now we're like hella close because we're literally physically together all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like it maybe towards the end now has like caused more of a divide than it did like bring us closer. And I feel like that ultimately made me sad a lot of the time, and I didn't know how to fix it. I expressed it a few times, but I feel like I didn't know how to fix it either. Like, it was just something that was like looming over my head.
Of being in business.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm excited to be friends.
Just friends again.
And this is like technically work, I guess, but like also maybe don't want to see it as work. Maybe it's just something fun we do.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, I'm still gonna let myself feel productive when we do it.
I still have kind of like work to do.
Yeah, I still kind of have like shit to do and whatnot, but yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be so weird. Like, I genuinely have no idea what's next. I feel like there's so many options and so much available to each of us.
Yeah.
Together and separate.
It's just like how.
It's, yeah. What is kind of like sad reality to like hit? I feel like a lot of our friends identify us as being like
them, like
them.
The business partners. Yeah.
Kind of sad. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
But it's not,
I feel like
over till we say it's over.
I'm like, maybe we'll have a product. But also, like, I think something that was also a part of like this whole journey was like, I think ultimately, like, we help each other with our own like presence online and whatnot. Like, I feel like maybe that's like a subject of like the
What's
next step.
Yeah,
is like we're still helping each other in that way of like, you know, building our personal stuff together.
Yeah.
I don't know. Figure it out, man. It's really...
This is really nuts. Something. We didn't plan this. No, also, this was not. We did not go into this episode saying we're gonna quit.
We're gonna quit Glow Getter. So,
welcome to the very real conversation. And also, like,
we really said, like, let's get vulnerable. I didn't know it was gonna go this far.
No, but, I didn't either. Know. But it's like I feel better, but I don't. Like, I still feel existential, but
it feels like a sort of weight lifted. It's but I still feel like sore. You know,
it's like a decision has been made. But there's still, like, that's not everything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm like, there's still the weight of all the other decisions to pick from.
Right.
I'm like, can I just
live the fuck?
All right. Well,
we'll wrap it up here. I mean, I have so much to say, but I just...
we could keep going.
Long. This is going to be super long, bro.
We're just ranting.
I don't know.
You have more to say?
Just, like, in general, I just feel like up in the air. Like, I feel like... This maybe is my last thought, okay? It has nothing to do with the business. Well, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like Logan and I are in, like, and Brittany, we're trying to buy a house together. And I feel like things just kind of seem like a far reach or a far stretch in this process. And it's really, what's the word? Like, it's just very intimidating. Mm-hmm. And it really puts us all down. Like, I don't know about Brittany, but I, like, at least for me and Logan, like, it just feels like everything is impossible in that way. Mm-hmm. And then I have my own feelings about it because I also, like, I'm technically not going to be, like, on the title, but, like, we're all, like, sharing some sort of responsibility and, like, equity of the property or whatever. But, like,
yeah,
it, like, I feel shitty because I can't even put, like, my money down, I guess, if that makes sense, or like my steady income, or like my fucking
like
anything
some
down.
Sort of right.
Yeah, I can't put any of that down, and so it just feels like fuck. Like, okay, like that's one part of it, and then like not being able to get these places, it like fucking makes another layer of like shit. And then I don't know, like we're like to the point where like we're also like on a certain timeline because certain things are supposed to be happening. And it just feels like this overwhelming pressure of like trying to make a square fit into a circle. Like we're trying to shave down the sides, but like you can't do it fast enough. And I don't know, it's fucking overwhelming. And I feel like that's another like added layer to
the exhaustion
of like life and like my purpose and trying to find myself and dealing with all of this other trauma that I have. And it's too much.
It's literally too much. Like, is this just what it's like to be an adult?
Am I just complaining about being an adult?
Honestly, I feel like that sometimes. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I know people who have lots of responsibilities and then lose their job.
That's scary.
And if you're, like, single, like a single mother or something with rent and bills and children. I mean, like, wow.
A lot of...
Chris did that.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people, like, who maybe... This is, like, an off-topic, but, like, have some sort of feelings towards, like, the unhoused. Like, some people feel a certain way about the unhoused where, you know, they're like, they're lazy, they're blah blah blah.
It's not always the case.
That's like most of America is like one paycheck away from being unhoused, homeless, literally. And like, I just feel like people forget that, and I feel like the pressure's really on right now. Like, when you think about it, like, if you're, I don't know, if you're living alone, if you're living with a person also, like if you have roommates, nobody's gonna really they're not gonna pay things for you, like, you know, you're all on your own.
Life is just like, 'cause then I go back to those stupid below deck motherfuckers who are so rich.
You're like, why?
Like, they pay $300 something thousand just to charter a yacht for 4 days. I said $300,000.
It's like changed.
That's like 3 times someone's annual salary.
I think about like Drake a lot.
Fair. But for what reason?
All of them. At first probably stems from like, damn, you know, like
he did that, or
he did that, and like also like you're attractive,
you're fine.
Like, damn, like it's everything.
It made him hotter.
And then I'm like, you have like more money than I could like even like process, like in my head. Like I can't even fathom like the amount of money, I can't see it in a room. Like, I can't see how much it is. Like, that's how much, like, my brain is just, like...
It's bigger than this room, right?
I'm assuming.
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. I have no idea.
Like, in hundreds? Or in dollar bills?
Okay, good question. But
how do y'all store your money?
When you see money physically in your head, do you do it in hundreds?
Or
20s?
In ones?
Like, either way, I can't fathom how much either is. So, like... It's just crazy to think that somebody can have so much money, and I'm over here like,
and they still have problems.
Give me a bucket, like I'm happy with $500 a week or some shit.
It's yeah, honestly. And then oh my god, my mind is just everywhere because I think about like when I was working weddings, like I was doing wedding flowers. I felt like so fulfilled. I don't know why. I just really enjoyed it.
I like being like task oriented. That's why.
Yeah, I really liked it. I liked being organized. I didn't even mind. I mean, like, for me, I didn't have to, like, talk to the bride and, like, sell myself or, like, do any of that stuff.
I'm like, you don't want to be a florist next? Maybe
I could be a florist. I don't know. I did reach out to my sister's wedding photographer, and I said, hey, if you need a wedding content creator, let me know.
Ooh,
and she was like, we're not going to offer that, but if anyone mentions that they want it, I'll refer you. And I was like, I said, well, that's the least I could ask for, a referral. I mean, like, if you're not going to add it to your services, it's fine. But anyways... I don't know. And then I think about people who do wedding photography and I'm like, I feel like I could do that. I just have to invest in the equipment. But do I want to do that? I'm like, I don't mind. That's the thing. I feel like people...
All you need is a different lens, dude.
Yeah. Well, and like...
Or a couple lenses.
Those flash things. And then I'm like, entrepreneurship. Wow. Taxes.
Concept. But you have also...
Knowledge?
You also have an LLC to go under, so...
That's true. You could always use it. Anyways, I don't even know where this was going. Oh, I feel like other people look at me and think she's lazy. That's how I feel. And that's why I feel so worthless. Saying that you feel worthless is, I feel like, the most vulnerable thing you could say out loud. But I feel like that's what genuinely makes me feel worthless is people look at me and think that I don't want to work. But I'm just like, but then I'm like, no, I'm actually just really selfish and I want to do something I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, both are bad, I guess. But I'm not lazy. I enjoy working, even when it's hard fucking work. I used to clean stupid, ugly tennis shoes for like 12 hours a day and take photos of them and list them online. Like, I was doing all this stupid shit that I was not passionate about. But did I enjoy it because it made the person I was with life easier? And like, I got paid, so I was like, this is cool. Was it like actually fun? No, I don't hate working and I'm not lazy. I just feel like we all deserve to do something we enjoy at least a little bit. Yeah. At least part of it. You don't have to enjoy every aspect of the job, but I'd like to enjoy some aspect of it. And with Glow Getter, we weren't even doing the fun part. So I'm like, no. It didn't make sense. Or doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I agree with you. And I struggle with that concept a lot.
Yeah.
Of, like, doing something you enjoy enough to not be resentful of where the money comes from.
Yeah.
I just start, like, obviously, like, being pushed to, like, pay rent and stuff. That in itself is, like, a reason to get a job for me. But, like, also for me, it was just, like, I was getting frustrated with myself to a point of, like, again, like, to the topic of, like,
worthiness?
Maybe not. Yeah, that too. But, like, maybe not. It's not now kind of a thing. Like, if it's not now, then maybe do something now that isn't necessarily that. But, like, maybe it'll give you the momentum or the feeling to feel inspired to do the work that you actually want to have be, like, your real...
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that makes sense.
It did. It did to me.
It did to me.
I don't know if it makes sense to y'all, but it did to me.
There must be another, like, part-time job that's, like, enough to feel... Just let me feel something, you know? Yeah. Go maybe look at a florist.
Dude, I'm like, anyone need an assistant florist? I could.
You could, dude. I'm gonna go look around for you.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm good at it. I don't have a portfolio, really. Actually, I do.
Why don't you just sell your baking stuff, dude?
Because it's a lot of work and you don't make a lot. Like, I think it would kill the joy for me.
Yeah, maybe not.
Blogging is just enough for it not to kill the joy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm I have to take pictures. I have to make content of this shit. It makes it a bit of, like, a thing. It's fine.
But you, like, yeah, maybe that's also true. Like, don't do, and that's I think where we fucked up too. Don't do the thing
that you enjoy doing
as like the whole thing until like it has enough of a backing and value
momentum
to it
there. Yeah,
because I think about like how people are like full-time influencers, and I'm like, great, but they were also probably working like full-time jobs before it became like the thing that
they're doing now. Yeah,
you know.
Mm-hmm.
We fucked up.
You know,
but you know, that's how I started seeing Glow Getter. It was like, it's the thing that'll get me to the thing that I, you know,
the thing that is pushing me to get to that other thing.
Oh God. Anyway,
but like on the bright side, I feel like I know we're gonna get there.
Mm-hmm.
There's that. I don't have any doubt that we will figure something out.
And I constantly like, not that it's something that I like need reassurance from, because I genuinely feel this way, but like, I feel like us as like a pair of business partners was for the purpose of something else.
Yeah.
Probably still, like, I still think it's something together, but it's just like not this situation. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe it's just the podcast. Literally could genuinely be
I have
the
no
podcast.
idea.
I don't either. I really don't.
It could be, but I don't know. Nuts, man. I don't even know what to say anymore. I feel like I'm spilling all of my, like, I'm literally throwing up and y'all are just watching me.
No, not as just throwing up on camera.
That's how it feels. Like, I'm just throwing up on camera and they're just
Pull trig.
I'm not even getting like a pat in my back. It's just like, I'm just vomiting and you're looking at me.
They're sticking their finger down your throat. Like, more.
Oh my God. Random?
What?
Random thought. I mean, not random thought. Random, like, tangent.
Vomit? Oh.
No.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Random vomit of words. Last weekend I was at Agape, which is my spiritual center, and I literally, like, that's when I knew, like, I'm depressed or something's going on, like, beyond my means of, like, control. Because I usually feel something when I go to my spiritual center, I felt nothing. Like, I felt nothing, and I was really trying to get into it. Like, I was listening to every single word, like, understanding that there's feeling behind those words, but I wasn't feeling shit, like, at all, right? And then, so now, like, they have, like, a Spanish-speaking sector to the, like, I was gonna say ceremony, to the...
Sermon?
Not even, this just the service. It's not the same day, but it's like on Saturdays. But the women came up to speak about it, and it was like the main person and then this woman from Peru who, she was like, please, like, join like the Spanish or the whatever, you know what? Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So then later, that woman from Peru and her father and mother, I think, came on stage to do like a piece of music, and it was like very like ancestral kind of like sounding, like from Peru. And like it was like this big drum, and her dad was playing like a fiddle, like I don't know what the fuck it is.
Fiddle.
Like,
I don't even know what a fiddle is.
Like a wind instrument. So he was playing that, and that's when I was like, I just started crying. I don't even know why. I just started crying. I was like, okay, well, there's a feeling.
There's a feeling.
And then right after, she was like they were talking about how this family does plant medicine like ceremonies, and they were gonna have one this upcoming weekend, which is literally my birthday. And then I go on their website and it's like an ayahuasca like trip.
I'm dead.
And I was like, should I?
Like, where are they doing it?
I think they're doing it like, I don't know where, it's like somewhere in LA. I don't know, but
just gonna be tripping on ayahuasca somewhere in LA.
It's a guided trip. It's like people go to Peru and do like ayahuasca.
No, but like where? Like in a building?
I have no idea.
At a beach?
I think it might be like near the beach. I'm not sure, but anyway, they're doing that literally on my birthday, and I was like, is that a sign?
You have plans
to feel
girl?
something? I know. Well, this was before I made any plans, but then I got like really freaked out, thinking like I have to do this in a week. Like I really want to do ayahuasca at some point in my life.
Rush into
I just don't want to like have a week to decide whether or not I'm going to do it, and it's like I'm
sure they'll do it again.
It's a lot of money.
It's probably cheaper than going to like
it's
Peru.
Non-refundable too. I mean, true, but I was like, maybe they'll come back.
I'm sure they will.
But I was like, maybe I just want to feel something. Maybe that's what I need to do, is just like vomit all of my feelings away and then come into this enlightened spirit. Anyway, their medicine, guess what it is? Ayahuasca, mama coca, which is just cocaine leaves.
I'm sorry.
And tobacco. And I think you smoke it or you drink it. I don't really know. But that's the trip that they take you, and it's like they tell you that it's going to stay in your system for 18 hours. It's a long time.
Do you stay the night?
I think so.
At this
they tell you to bring
undisclosed
like
location?
a blanket and a pillow. So then you're probably like sleeping on cots or something. I don't know, man.
It's giving.
I almost did it.
It's giving Midsummer a little bit.
It's giving. It's given. What's the other show? 9 Perfect Strangers.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's what it's giving.
Either of those. Neither have super great outcomes, but
no, but
maybe it will be.
One of them had like an enlightened.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, she's like living with her daughter in her brain. I mean, well, let's not get into it, but the the fields of things like heaven and hell or whatever the fuck, like the fields are very the lines are thin. Okay. Yeah, the lines are thin. Makes sense to me. I don't know. That shows interest. This is so off topic, but anyway.
Whatever it is that's next, Mel might be tripping.
Maybe I'll figure it out on my trip.
Wish her well.
wish me well. I'm not even doing it, guys.
Oh God. Well, if you guys can relate or have any words of encouragement for us, that would be great. It'll be okay. And we know that it's just like shit when you're in it, isn't it?
In it.
God damn. Well, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully with some funnier, brighter, sillier topics as usual. But I feel like this is important. This is also very real. The shit show that is our 20s.
This is the shit show.
This is the shit show part.
Y'all been waiting for.
Damn. Crashing and burning. No big deal.
Not as manifesting the shit show. Anyway.
All right. We'll see you guys in next week.
All right. See ya.
Bye.